Welcome to Character Deep Dives, where we explore the minds that shape unforgettable stories. Today, we are diving into Lenina Crowne, one of the most fascinating women in Aldous Huxley's Brave New World. Lenina is young, attractive, and lives in a world where love, individuality, and even childbirth have been replaced by control, conformity, and conditioning. Through her relationships, Lenina reveals not just the structure of her bizarre society, but also her own quiet rebellion, a longing for something deeper than superficial pleasure. Yet her resistance is faint, whether due to conditioning or confusion. Lenina lacks the strength or perhaps the awareness to truly question the system she lives in. Though she senses that something is wrong, she can't fully understand it. Is Lenina simply a product of her world, a victim of conditioning, or a lucky girl who has everything, has never known loneliness, and is perfectly happy in the only world she's ever known? Lenina lives in a dystopian ruled by total surveillance, endless pleasure, and strict social control. The world state has erased natural reproduction. Babies are engineered in laboratories like the Central London Hatchery and Conditioning Centre, where citizens are predestined into castes: Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, and Epsilon. She is a Beta Plus and works as a vaccination technician, not the elite, but still very comfortable. From birth, Lenina was conditioned to believe that everyone belongs to everyone else. One-on-one relationships are taboo. Aging, sadness, pain, even deep thought are replaced by mindless entertainment and a drug called soma. Lenina is dating Harry Foster, an alpha, part of the elite. He has a respected job, he's handsome, intelligent. On paper, he seems like the perfect match. But Henry is also a product of this new world. He indulges into soma, casual sex, and follows the rules of their shallow, pleasure-driven society without question. When Lenina tells her friend Fanny that she's been seeing only Harry for 4 months, Fanny is shocked. Monogamy? In their world, that's practically a scandal. Fanny warns her, don't get too attached, especially since Harry is seeing other women. But Lenina pushes back. She says she doesn't want to date anyone else. She enjoys being with Henry, feels comfortable around him, and has no desire for anyone new. In her own quiet way, Lenina is rebelling, but Fanny reminds her everyone belongs to everyone else, and in this society, wanting more makes you different, and being different is dangerous. In the end, Lenina gives in. She struggles, caught between her conditioning and something deeper inside her. She's a product of the world state, yes, but also a human being. And that means inner conflict. She thinks, I want to stay with Henry. It feels right. But then she remembers people will laugh, will judge. Even Fanny, her closest friend, thinks it's weird. So Lenina makes a choice, the one that makes sense in her world. She gives up the idea of monogamy and starts looking for someone new. It might seem ridiculous from the outside, but it reveals just how powerful the invisible value system around her really is. In this society, your choices aren't entirely your own. They are shaped by the culture, reinforced by friends, and guided by rules you don't even notice. If Fanny had said, "Stay with Henry," who cares? Would Lenina have chosen differently? Probably not, because deep down, it was never just about Henry. It was about being accepted, about not standing out. And in Lenina's world, that's everything. In any world, it's easy to feel lost or pressured to follow what everyone else is doing. But here's the truth. You don't have to. Stick to your own beliefs. Be yourself. If you haven't met the person you truly connect with yet, it's okay to keep your first kiss, your first love for someone who matters. There's nothing wrong with that. In some cultures, being a virgin is mocked. In others, it's respected. But honestly, it doesn't matter where you are. What matters is what feels right for you. Of course, in a free world. Casual sex isn't for everyone, and that's perfectly fine. You don't need to follow every trend. Ignore the noise. Instead, find the right space. Find your people, the ones who think and feel like you. It's not always easy, but it's worth it. So ask yourself, are you ready to be brave? Are you ready to challenge yourself and live by your own rules? Her date with Bernard Marx. When she moves on, she chooses Bernard Marx, an outsider, insecure, physically unimpressive but intellectually gifted. Fanny is baffled by Lenina's choice because Bernard doesn't fit society's mold. But Lenina thinks Bernard is sweet and interesting, although he always looks nervous. Here, it shows Lenina doesn't conform to the society completely. During their date, Lenina quickly realizes she can't fully understand Bernard. He talks differently, he is lonely, and he feels like society doesn't respect him, which is true. He hates the world he lives in. Lenina, despite her conformity, she shows subtle signs of a desire for deeper connections. She is scared while listening to Bernard's talking. She straight up gets uncomfortable and tells him to cut it out. It's clear. These two, zero connection, no spark. But here's the twist. Despite not getting each other well, they still decide to travel together to the savage reservation, each with their own reasons. Let's be real, some relationships today may not be always built on real connection, especially in big cities. People move far from home, family, and friends will come into a new place, and sometimes they end up in relationships simply to avoid feeling alone. But here's the question you need to ask yourself. Are you with someone because you truly connect, or just because it's out of habit, or simply to fill the time? This isn't about right or wrong. It's about being honest with yourself. If there's no real connection, don't fool yourself. Recognize the situation you are in. Finding the right partner is like finding the right job. It takes effort, positivity, patience, and the courage to keep searching until it feels right. Don't settle. Keep looking for the person who truly gets you. Then comes John, a man from the outside world, raised with literature, ideals, and a deep moral code. When they meet, there's instant attraction, but their worlds are incompatible. Lenina wants physical intimacy. That's what she's being taught. John wants love, commitment, and meaning. To him, sex is sacred, so he pushes her away. When you meet someone who truly wants to know you, respect you, and shares their values and what they care about, rather than focusing only on sex, it shows that this person is seeking a meaningful relationship and is ready to commit. They are even willing to wait for intimacy until it feels right. Cherish this kind of a person. Nowadays, with technology accelerating everything and media often portraying sex first, relationship later, if it even happens, it can feel like this has become the norm. Well, it may work for some, but it's risky, and I doubt the odds. In my opinion, if you are looking for a lasting and healthy relationship, focus on building a deep emotional connection and a strong foundation first. And when the spark fades one day, it's the foundation that keeps a relationship alive. It's tragic in the case of Lenina and John. They care for each other, but like night and day, they exist on different timelines. Attraction without shared values is never enough. Soma seems so powerful in the brave new world. Whenever Lenina wants to maximize her happiness, she turns to Soma. For example, when she's out on a date with Henry, dancing and having fun, she takes Soma to keep the good vibes going. But it's not just about fun. Whenever Lenina feels uncomfortable, like when Bernard criticizes their society, she takes Soma to escape those uneasy feelings. After visiting the savage reservation, she was shocked and deeply upset. And again, she reached for Soma. Even when she's dealing with the confusion of her crush on John, the guessing, the uncertainty, She uses Soma to avoid the emotional roller coaster. For Lenina, Soma isn't just a habit, it's her way of coping with everything. It numbs her, helps her forget. Soma isn't just a fictional drug. In our world, it takes many forms: endless scrolling, social media, alcohol, video games, etc. But unlike Soma, these don't always help. Some make things even worse. So the question becomes, when life feels overwhelming, what do you turn to? How do you escape? Do you talk it out with your partner or your best friend? Do you put on your favorite music? Listen to great podcast? Hit the gym? Or how about diving into an amazing book? Drop your comments below and share it with your friend. Lenina is not just a character, she is a mirror. She reflects the conflict between self and society, comfort and meaning, pleasure and connection. In a world that tries to define who we are and how we should love, her story is a quiet reminder. You don't have to follow the script. Stay true to your instincts. Don't be afraid to stand alone. Real connection takes courage, but it's worth it. Thanks for diving deep with me. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next episode, where we'll explore Mustafa Mund, the world controller himself. Until then, stay curious and keep diving deep. Bye.